how about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. We're going to put a water pump on olive oil today. Let's get started. So I'm going to have to take the hood off, the grill and all this stuff to access it. So it won't be too big of a deal. This is the new water pump I got. I've got it from tractorjoe.com. I'll leave their link below. It comes with the pump and the gasket. If you've been following this project at any point, you know that I've gotten probably 90% of my parts from tractorjoe.com, and I've always referenced them in my videos. That's because every time I've called them or put an order in, they've had excellent customer service. So I've always tried to promote them because I like them a lot. They have a drop-down menu, and they do Alice Chalmers, Massey Ferguson's, Belarus, Oliver's, you name it. I mean, just a drop-down menu for the parts that they sell is just extensive, I guess you would say. I'm actually going to use an air wrench where I can. Here, I'll go ahead and get all the parts or the tools that I think I'll need laid out. Go ahead and get those pre-positioned. I want to say it was a 1/2 inch, if I'm not mistaken, from last time. So I think maybe it's 7/16. I don't know. We'll get to it. First thing we got to do is get this ain't bolted on. Simple to remove. I actually think that the grill and stuff is just a couple of bolts right here. We'll look at it right quick. We've had it off before. Yeah, it looks pretty simple. Yeah, it looks like it's a 7/16. I don't know how many more is after this, but it can't be that many. Pretty easy so far. We've only done some 7/16 bolts. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look to see how I can take this off. This is a easy part here. That's just one bolt over here. Take the hoses off here and here and see how that, maybe it comes off underneath the bottom here. I'll check all that stuff. Take this one loose here first. Now I got this 9/16 bracket holding this thing on both sides. So I'll take it off here. Try not to lose it. Put it in my little container over here. Alright, let's try the other side. You guys get spoiled working with these air tools all the time. This side is actually a 1/2 inch compared to the other side. It was a 9/16. Gonna be some water spilling out here. I'm sure of it because I've got water in the system. This hose was gonna have to come off with the water pump anyway. And we're about to have a big leak. That's all right too. It's just dirt and water. Let me see if I can get you guys in there, but it looks like there's only 2 bolts that are holding this on here, and then there's one on this other side here, and it looks like it's bolted, like the nut is in the frame itself, so I might not have to put nothing on the bottom side of it, and that might be all it is to take the radiator off. All right, at the bottom here I can probably get some of this liquid wrench workhorse and multi-purpose lube here, kind of squirt a little bit in there. It's a 5/8 bolt. Put some on this side as well. Let that sit for just a minute. I think I was doing the wrong bolts here, so I'll try this one here. Get it off. I'll show you, I snapped the other side already, so I gotta be real careful. These are square nuts here. Like I say, I've already snapped the other side, so we'll see how hard it's going to be to get that off. This is underneath the radiator is where I'm working. All right, I think that's it. Let's see, I should be able to just raise this up. Yep. There you go. All right, easy cheese. Now I just got to figure out how I broke that bolt, if it's easy enough to replace. Yeah, it should be. I think the bolt's gonna be easy enough to replace. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So the bolt just goes through here. Here is the one I didn't break. Well, it ain't in there. Here it is. Yeah, it's just a carriage bolt. So I'll get some new ones. Put them on both sides actually. So here is the water pump. I gotta take these 4 bolts off the fan, remove the belt, get the 4 bolts off the water pump, replace the hose. What I really should have done is I should have bought a new belt and a new hose while I was at it. Maybe even tried to find a new fan, but I think that'll work. So let's get these 4 bolts taken off. They look like they're 9/16. So let's see what they are. Again, I'll spray some penetrant on there. Make my job a little easier. It's not too difficult to access, I don't think. Bolts 1, 2, oh yeah, 3, 4. There they are. I'm actually going to spray some of this parts cleaner on here too, just to get it, some of that heavy grease off of it. But it's a little cleaner anyway, right? We'll loosen these bolts up right quick. 1/2 inch. Maybe we'll loosen them up. Let's see if I can find one that's loose. I wonder if they're right-hand threads. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll try to take these off in the vise when I get the water pump off. So let's go ahead and get the water pump off. They're 9/16. I don't know if I'm making a mistake by choosing to do that or not, but that's what I'm gonna do. Short extension. Alright, I've been working on this a minute, so I think the penetrating oil's had time to work. Alright, so that one took a little persuading, but it's out. Maybe I can access these bolts a little easier now that the fan is not in the way. Need a longer extension here. Hold on a second, fellas. Golly. Let's try this one. Alright, it's simple. Let's try the wrench, the air wrench on it. Let's see if we can get any luck on it here. Nope. Alright, here we go. I definitely don't want to break this bolt, you know. So I'm gonna go nice and slow with it. You can see the water coming out of the, well, maybe you can, I don't know. Let's try it now with the air wrench and see if she'll do anything. Come on now. Alright, I guess we'll keep cranking on it. But let me go ahead and get the other ones off. And then we'll come back and address that one at the last. I'm not trying to get the bolt. I don't know if it get too hot or what, or why they break when they break, but I'll try not to let that bolt break. That would be a disaster. It's gonna come off pretty easy though. All right. Finally, success. Yeehaw. Okie dokie. And here is the old one. All right, we'll swap it out. What we're gonna do is clean up the gasket that was around here. So we'll clean all this up here. I'll get a scraper, get all this old gasket material off here, get it cleaned up nice and clean. Put the new gasket and the water pump on and call this job complete. All right, I think I got it cleaned up pretty good. I'm gonna throw this gasket on there. Well, we'll put the gasket on the water pump and just reassemble. I don't think I'm supposed to put any type of lubricant or grease or sealant or anything like that, ATV or whatever. I don't think so. I'm just gonna stick it on there and see what happens. Now that we're going to get ready to put this new water pump back on, the surface of the block isn't scarred or pitted or anything like that. So I'm not going to put any RTV on it. I think I said ATV earlier. So I'm not going to put a four-wheel drive all-terrain vehicle on it neither. But I'm going to forgo the RTV. I know that if it leaks, that might be an option. But I think with a new gasket, the smooth surface, I think it will be all right. I was talking to my buddy Wes over at Watch Wes Work. And, you know, he was explaining that it's a low-pressure system, not too much going on there. So I was telling him about it, and he says I should be fine. So if you haven't checked out Wes, go check him out. Watch Wes Work. But anyway, I was talking to him, and he kind of helped me make the decision that it's a personal preference. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it on, get everything bolted back up, and get this thing fired back up. I did get my bolts all cleaned up, so no worries there. Alright, well, two more to go. And before I put that fan and pulley on, I will make sure that I put that bottom hose on so I don't forget it. Alright, she fits in pretty good. Now I just got to torque her down. Been a pretty easy process so far. Nothing too cosmic. I might even could have done this before I put this on there, couldn't I? I should have brought my power screwdriver too. Then I would have had air tools and power tools and battery tools, and y'all would have been like, what in the world? I ain't seen a crescent wrench on here not one time. Okie dokie. Man, that liquid wrench makes it so much easier. Like instant. Let's put this bad boy on. I broke out my parts book here, my parts manual for my tractor, and I got the parts for the pump, but it doesn't give me torque specs. So I'm just going to give it one grunt. I think that's what I'll do, and I think that will seal it pretty good. So I just took this pulley off the old one. I gotta clean it up, and I'll put it on the new one before we assemble the water pump. Ooh, that's a lot of dirt in there. Holy cow. This thing has never been cleaned, I'm sure of it. I mean, who takes pulleys off and cleans them, right? Oh, Olive Oil ain't gonna know how to act, is she? Put the pulley back on. Here. Line up our bolts. Let me clean these bolts up right quick. I didn't clean these up. I probably need to run these through the cleaner too. Hold on, y'all. Alright, let's put these bad boys in. That don't feel right. Maybe these bolts went somewhere else. I about made a grave mistake, didn't I? Well, I mean, it wouldn't have allowed me to make that mistake, to be honest with you. I was like, why is that bolt so long? Well, there's a reason for that. It's called a fan. Oh my goodness. Oh, here's another thing that I about did wrong. So many things to think about. Take this off here. And let me get this belt put on here. I should have put the belt on before I tighten the water pump down. Live and learn. I can always adjust it off that alternator bracket, so it ain't the end of the world, but it's just another step that I could have made it easier on myself. Okay, I got the pulley put back on. I just moved the fan. I just took the fan back off, moved the pulley, moved it over. It was all good. Life was good. Alright, ready to put the radiator back on. Put these bolts back in. Makes all the difference in the world when you can see what you're doing. Looks like that piece is in. I think it was a 5/8 if I remember correctly. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna tighten this hose down, put this hose on, tighten this hose down, and I think that's gonna be it. And we can put some water in there and see what's up. Oh, I know one thing we do gotta do is secure the radiator to the actual frame of the tractor itself with these bolts here. Keep that secured. Let's get this one down here tightened up. Alright, put this one on here. I think that's it as far as the actual radiator goes. Just mounting it to the frame of the tractor, and I think we'll be done. And that's awesome. My hose clamp came undone here. Let's see if I can get it to work. And it probably ain't 60 years old, you know what I mean? I thought they were supposed to last a little longer than that. Come on. I don't have any hose clamps neither. So I need to use the one I got. Ah, shoot. Oh, and I'm trying to do it left-handed, which is not good. Is that going in there or not? No, it's not. I was thinking I didn't have any more hose clamps, and then I remember my buddy Brandel, the Hamiltonville Farm master mechanic, brought me. He had one in his truck. I think it was. I can't remember. But anyway, and look at there. Works like a champ. I said, wait a minute. I got a doggone hose clamp in there. I got it from Brandel. Alright. 2 more bolts and we're done. Alright, what do you think? You think that she's ready to go? It looks like I've got all the nuts and bolts put back together. Hey, I do want to say this though. You know, if you're a guy and you're watching this, and you've got a wife or a girlfriend, tell them about Hamiltonville Farm Facebook and Instagram pages. Tell them to go over there, like us and follow us over there. We do a lot of flower garden, the barn that we turn into our home, stuff like that. So your wives or your spouses, or even you, may be interested in that kind of stuff. Hamiltonville Farm on Facebook and Instagram. We'd love for you to guys go over there and follow us, especially, you know, if you, like I say, if you got a wife or a girlfriend that likes that kind of flower farm type stuff, shiplap, barnwood stuff, go check us out over there. We do a lot of stuff on Facebook and Instagram. We're going to put water in it, crank it up, see if she leaks. Cross her fingers. That utility can comes in pretty handy. All right, she's topped off. Let's see if she is ready to go. Make sure this thing's in neutral. I don't want that thing to jump out at me. Watch how fast this thing fires up. That thing of beauty. All right, let's look for leaks. I think we're good, fellas. All right, it's been running now. I think we're in good shape. The water pump from TractorJoe.com looks like it's doing it to it. Looks good. Well, there you have it. I mean, it's not a hard job. It's just a little, especially when you're filming, it takes 19 hours. But hope you enjoyed it. It's a good, easy repair to make. Visit TractorJoe.com for your old antique tractor parts and see if they got something that you need. I'm sure they will be. Right here, circle to subscribe. Click on that. Underneath it is the Oliver playlist. Go watch all those videos that we've been doing on olive oil here. You'll get a kick out of it. You guys take care. God bless you guys.